Alright, ladies and gents, it's UncleSamsDevil here, and today we have another survival game on the menu. Let's talk about a game called Icarus. So, Icarus, at my first glance, it looked like your run-of-the-mill survival game, but with like a spacesuit on. I had just kind of skimmed the trailer for the gameplay the first time. I was doing something else at the time, and I related it to the backstory of Scum and how the fact that they were prisoners and all that. It really, this many years later, still wasn't relevant to the actual gameplay in that game. I've since realized my error, and I've gone back and reanalyzed every detail I could find about Icarus, and I've realized that there's so much more being created here. This game seems to have the potential to be quite a lot more than a third-person half-assed survive sim, actually. After a deeper look into the game's trailer, and then doing a lot of extra research, I've noticed that the product being put before us is not just another DayZ clone, but instead, it's a healthy mixture of several survival subgenres. It's almost as if it takes the base mechanics of your typical survival genre games, such as DayZ, Scum, and DayZ, and then it mixes them with the go in, complete a mission, and then extract style gameplay of Escape from Tarkov. But then it adds its own twist. Then it adds in the type of sci-fi exploration of a game like Star Citizen. I heard someone else compare it to Lost in Space. That's a show on Netflix. They actually did a remake of the show really recently. There's 2 seasons. I went and watched it very recently, and then I watched this trailer again, and I get it. I totally agree. So yeah, Icarus takes place in space. From what's been revealed to us so far about Icarus, the premise is that you're based in space, you're on a ship, and then you and your squad or crew, whatever, you complete timed prospects which require you to achieve goals down on the surface of a world while surviving the elements, enemies, and anything else that world has to throw at you. I believe this is going to be heavily focused on PvE instead of a mix of PvP and PvE, and I honestly think that's great for a game like this. So yeah, as I understand it, you're going to be able to build and have effects on the world that might not be permanent, but they'll stay under certain conditions, allowing you to board your ship, then make returns to the surface in the future and like continue progress on whatever goal you were trying to achieve there. I'm also under the impression that death might not be permanent or certain at some times, and that squad mates may have the chance to revive you and such if you happen to die. So what I want to see from this game is, honestly, more gameplay. I need to see a play session. I don't care if it's 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, as long as it shows me the connections between the different mechanics that are fused into the gameplay loop, because there's so much here that has to be done right. This sounds like a game that could be a behemoth of a competitor in the survival genre if they just stay true to the details and features that they're talking about right now. I'm in no way endorsing this game, but I see the enormous amount of potential it has. Alright, so this game is being made by the creator of DayZ, Dean Hall, and his new studio at Rocketworks. Some of y'all are going to love that, and some of you are probably going to hate it. I know, and I get it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of DayZ, simply because of the way that game developed and the fact that it still, after all these years, is not in the best state. It just feels dated, to me at least. Dean Hall fortunately addresses this issue in an interview, saying that during DayZ's development, he and Bohemia Interactive, the studio that he worked on that game with, were kind of being pulled in different directions, leading to tension and then inevitably an unstable development process for DayZ.
It's over.
I'm curious, I mean, there's so many elements, there's so much ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ, other projects. What do you have to reassure those people that you're committed to Icarus?
Well, I think a big thing for me is you know, Bohemia was an existing company, and I definitely felt like I was pulling them in a direction that was hard for them to go. and they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure.
So that was his explanation for allowing the continued bad state of DayZ. I'm not sure if I can bring myself to wholeheartedly believe that. I mean, I've got to be a realist here. I just don't see a valid excuse for the state of DayZ. I just don't. And now here we are with this insanely ambitious project being put before us. So, not a fan of DayZ. However, I can appreciate the fact that this game is being built by somebody who has a pretty good idea what the hell they're doing, at least. What worries me the most is that they're going the free-to-play route. We all know this game is going to be monetized. It's gonna happen. Nothing is free. Now, all we can hope for is that it isn't through underhanded and scummy practices, and also that this game is going to be able to have the continued support it needs to grow into the absolute huge behemoth of a survival competitor it's capable of being. Again, they're saying this game is going to be free, so at the front end, there's really not a lot of risk involved for those anticipating its arrival. I know that I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I'm anticipating its arrival. It's just an interesting business model choice for me. I'm still really trying to wrap my head around why they went the free-to-play route. I mean, it'll bring them some praise for sure. There'll be a lot of people that play it on launch. But it's also going to bring them scrutiny, a lot of it. Because of the scummy monetization practices and pay-to-win mechanics a lot of free-to-play games have been known for in the past. Again, I absolutely love the premise that they're developing this game on. I just don't see it being followed through on, at least completely. I'm by no means saying this game's going to fail or it's not going to be with their marketing, but it's going to be tough for Rocketworks to reach the bar they've set for themselves. I hope this game turns out freaking awesome, though. I'm rooting for it because competition breeds greatness, and it looks freaking awesome. Alright, ladies and gents, that's going to be all from me on this one. If you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, tell me what you think about Icarus, and subscribe. And you can see more videos in the future on Icarus, as well as plenty of other games. If you didn't like this video, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Icarus, and let me know why you didn't like the video. Alright, ladies and gents, I'm out.